Is America descending into a dark period of political oppression? Two Iranian underground church leaders are issuing an urgent warning over a parallel they see between what has happened in their country and what is occurring right now in the United States and the West. Here's a portion of their message produced by Global Catalytic Ministries after President Biden's anti-MAGA Republican speech.
و همونطوری که شما از رئیس جمهورتون شنیدید، ما هم از دولتمون شنیدیم که گفتن که کلیساهای زیرزمینی بزرگترین تهدید هستن و دشمنشون هستن. اما واقعیت اینه که ما همه یک خانواده هستیم و از قانون کشورمون حمایت میکنیم و اون رو رعایت میکنیم. ولی همین رو شبیه توی کشورتون هست. اون روز میاد که دولت خودتون میگه که شهروندای معمولی برای ما تهدید هستند. دوست عزیزم، به ما گوش کن. آخرین فصل امتحان به زودی داره میاد.
Like the Ayatollah in Iran, the Biden administration has weaponized the federal police for partisan gain. Our president is using the Department of Justice and the FBI to arrest and harass his political opponents. He's co-opted them to raid the home of a former president, a potential opposition candidate in the 2024 presidential election. Let that one sink in, folks. Whether you like or dislike Donald Trump, was that raid against a former president of the United States necessary or political theater? It's really third world or a Gestapo-like thuggery. Now, the ruling party is targeting pro-life Christians. The most recent incident occurred in Pennsylvania, where the FBI arrested pro-life activist Mark Houck. He's co-founder of a conservative Catholic group called the King's Men. At least 20 FBI agents stormed his home at dawn on September 23rd in SWAT team-like fashion. Several of the heavily armed agents reportedly pointed their guns at Houck's head as his traumatized wife and 7 children looked on. His crime? He allegedly pushed a 72-year-old man outside a Philadelphia abortion clinic in September 2021. Not last week, but 1 year ago. Charges against Houck were dismissed back then, so why now? Could it be that we have a midterm election coming up in less than 6 weeks, and the party in power needs to create an imaginary security crisis at abortion clinics in order to increase pro-abortionist voter participation at the polls? Well, the DOJ has charged Houck with violating the Federal Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act. But Houck's attorneys from the Thomas More Society argue the law does not cover one-on-one altercations like the one involving Houck. They contend the abortion proponent initiated the incident by harassing Houck's son. They also say Houck received no response 3 months ago when he offered to turn himself in to authorities. Well, Thomas More Society Vice President Peter Breen believes the case is, quote, being brought solely to intimidate people of faith and pro-life Americans. Folks, this is a travesty, as is the DOJ's failure to bring to justice those responsible for scores of attacks on pro-life crisis pregnancy centers. That's the greater threat to innocent Americans. Compass Care Services CEO Pastor Joe Harden says he's still waiting for someone to be arrested more than 100 days after he provided police with surveillance video of the attack against his company's Amherst Center. Pro-abortion radicals have attacked nearly 100 pro-life centers and churches since early last summer. Still, there's been no arrests, no words of condemnation from the Biden administration. If pro-life militants had firebombed or vandalized abortion clinics, media coverage would have been nonstop, and those responsible would be sitting behind bars. Folks, this is a double standard of justice and an affront against pro-life Christians. It's time for the silent majority to speak up and stand up. The course can be reversed, but we must participate in this fall's election and get on our knees and pray that God will deliver us from the evil one who's seeking to destroy us and our nation. So let's not forget that warning of those Iranian underground church leaders. And let's remember the words of a popular adage from more than 150 years ago. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Well, that's it today from the Global Lane. Be sure to follow us on the CBN News and NRB channels, social media, and our broadcast affiliates. And until next time, be blessed.